What's going on, guys? Good to see you once again. I know I haven't been on the channel in such a long time, but things have been going on behind the scenes that have just kept me slammed busy. A couple missionary things I've been doing. Also, breaking news, we got twins on the way. Me and my wife are expecting twins, and that's been a whole bundle of its own. So yay for twins. But I wanted to get this video in real quick. Usually I record on Saturdays, but today's Thursday, and I think this video calls for it. I wanted to bring this to you guys just because I just received it. So let's get right to it. I have a new addition to the family, so I wanted to bring it to you guys live and hot. So this is gonna be, let me just show you. What we have here is a new Springfield Armory Hellcat. And I'll show you what type as soon as we open this box. So this is gonna be just an unboxing, just go over what comes in the box. I'm not gonna say I haven't seen this. And for the guys that say, you guys are gonna go through this with me, I haven't seen this gun just yet. I'm not saying you're lying, but I'm saying that's a hard pill to swallow. Because I know as soon as I get to my FFL, I'm checking this thing out, I'm racking the slide, I'm looking down the sights while they're doing that background check. I'm playing around with this thing. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying you're a liar, but that's a hard pill to swallow. I know I can't. Maybe you guys can't. Maybe you have better self-control than I do. But let's get right into it. I've seen it once, but I just got home, so let's go through it. I haven't messed around with the box, so this is going to be the original way I seen it. So let's get right into it. Tabletop review. Here we are down at the tabletop. So this video is going to be straight to the point. Not a lot of small talk. Maybe a couple big dad jokes in there, but let's get right to you guys. Bring you guys the facts. So this is the box. This is what it comes in here. I'll show you all the sides except one because it'll show you guys the model. But this is it. It comes in a cardboard box. Once you open it up, this is exactly how it's going to come. First and foremost, there's Springfield Armory, defend your legacy. That's their message to you. If you want to read that, pause the video. For the rest of us, we'll move right along. The American flag, top priority. I like that. I like people that love their country, unlike a lot of stuff that's been going around, but that's for another video. So the pistol actually comes right here in this little padded pouch. Literally, it's all that's in there is the pistol and the magazine that comes inside the pistol. We'll put that to the side for now. We'll go through all this stuff so we can get right to the juicy stuff. This is just a receipt from the transaction. This is an envelope from Springfield Armory. Obviously, you should always read this once. Coupons, envelope, blah, blah, blah. Use the mobile app, warranty, manuals, all that good stuff. We'll close that up, put it away. This is a target from the pistol actually being test fired, which I think is kind of cool. I haven't seen that with any other Glock, 6 Hour, or anything like that. It says distance 10 meter there, serial number for the pistol, couple shots there. Give me your comments down below about what you think about that grouping. It says 10 meters there, so 30 feet. What you think there? 30 feet, give or take. It's not the same thing as yards, but give or take. Not terrible, not terrible. I don't imagine everybody that's putting these guns together are master shooters, but not bad. Once you flip this over, you see their accessories. You flip this over. We got a speed loader here, and from what I hear, this thing's gonna come in handy. Apparently, Springfield Armory makes some very tight springs in their mags, which it feels like it from there. So apparently this thing comes in handy. So we'll keep that just in case. I don't tend to use them, but just in case. This was a little chamber flag that was in the pistol. I actually took it out because once I buy this thing, there's no need to put the flag in the chamber anymore. This is actually the 17 round magazine that comes with it. So it's a little extra finger space here on the end, 9mm, as I'm sure most of you assumed. 17 round mag there. Let me see if I can get that in focus for you. 17 there. Like I said, forgive the light. This is not the light I usually use, but we'll work with it. This is a gun lock that comes with every gun. I don't exactly use these gun locks all the time, but you should have your weapons locked away safe out of unwanted hands. So we'll put this back in here. We'll keep the magazine out, speed loader, chamber flag, all this good stuff. Probably get rid of that box sooner or later, but for sake of the video, we'll just keep it here to the side for now. And now here is the star of the show. So like I said, Springfield Armory Hellcat, just a simple padded pouch. If you wanted to, You can put a little lock there on the zipper. I don't think anybody's gonna think this is a heavy duty bag, but they give you that option. So here we go. Open that right up. In here we have the Springfield Hellcat Pro Comp. So let's get right into it. So this is the model I decided to buy. The Comp, which is a weird name because it's actually a port, which is actually what called my attention to this pistol, which is the reason why I wanted to go for it. I've heard a lot of good things about this. I've heard a lot of good things about the Hellcat, period. So I assume this is nothing different. This is probably just an enhanced version, better application, got some better features. They've apparently put out several models of this thing, and it seems like they're getting better and better every time. So got this, wanted to see what it was all about. So let's get right into it. So it's a 9mm, as we said before. I'm pretty sure it says it on here somewhere. There you go. 9x19. It is the Hellcat Pro, so it is the slightly bigger version. It does come with a standard 15 round mag already in the pistol. So you got the 15 there. You got the 17 there with a little extra hand grip there. And I got medium sized hands, so even with the 15 flush, that's still a pretty good grip. And that's really good flush fit for everyday carry for concealment purposes. So I like that. I'll leave that in there for now. For you safety police, this thing is safe. All I've done is dry fire this thing. So we'll go through it. First impressions is, I like the grip texture on this thing. It's not crazy aggressive to where I think it'll rub against your body pretty bad, but it's aggressive enough to where it hits all the points you need. As you can see, my hands are right there, all the way around the back. And then no matter which side you grab this pistol on, whether you're lefty or righty, it's got some grip pads right there, some grip sections. Also got the little grip sections there. So I like it. It's like a sandpaper feel without the deadly sandpaper feel to it. So I like that. So let's go over it top to bottom, go over all the features that it has. So as you can see, it's a polymer pistol, 9mm. Overall dimensions are just over, it's a 6.6 inches long overall length. It's a 4.8 inch with the flush mag, this one here. So just under 5 inches with that one, and just under 5.5 inches with this one. Okay, so not a huge difference, extra capacity, I like that. So it is a 3.7 inch hammer forged steel melanite finished barrel with a 1 in 10 twist. For those of you who don't know, that means it does one full twist every 10 inches. So if that means anything to anybody, that's what that means. The slide here is a billet machined melanite finish. As you can see, I actually really like this finish. I think that's a solid finish. As you can see, you got your front and rear serrations here. So I think they're pretty good. They're not super aggressive. They look good, but they're not as aggressive as they might look on camera. They're actually really subtle. I don't think it's a big deal. I think people make a big deal about grabbing this thing. I've never had a problem grabbing a slide. Just grab the hell out of it and pull on it. Even if it was flush, I don't think we'd have much of a problem on it. I guess it makes a bigger deal to guys who like to press check and all the goodies. But I don't see why that would make any difference. But moving right along, as we come across the top here, you see the Springfield logo there. So I like that. Made in Croatia. As you can tell, this is an optics ready pistol. As you can see there, this thing is cut out for the SMSC. So I believe it will take the micro red dots like the 407K with an adapter plate. It takes most of the general small ones with an adapter plate. You can probably get almost anything on this thing. Obviously the smaller ones, this thing I forgot to mention is only about an inch wide. Well, the slide is slightly smaller, as you can tell. The grip is an inch, so this thing's under an inch wide, so you don't want to get like the 507Cs, 407Cs, anything like that are for full-size weapons. You want to get the smaller 407, the Shield, the RMSCs, SMSCs, you want to go for that. And with an adapter plate, you can get anything on there. As you see here, we have the sights on the front there. You see that high-vis sight. It is a tritium luminescent front, which I think looks pretty good. I haven't checked it in the dark, but it does light up pretty good, like a glow-in-the-dark ring around it. So I like that. You got what they call the tactical U-notch rear. That's just a fancy word for a big white U there. So you line it up, you drop the ball in the bucket type approach there. I actually, when I first picked it up and pointed it out at the shop, I really liked it. I picked it up quick. I think it was it's a good pair of sights. They're not plastic like other people like to do. So they're solid metal sights there. So I like that. What else? You got your standard magazine release. I think that's it sits in there really flush, which I don't know. We'll see if that's a plus or a minus, because I like to grip the crap out of this thing, but I've never activated a magazine release in the middle of shooting, so I don't think I needed that far in. I'll probably looking into getting an extended mag release, because that seems really flush there. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's super flush there. You got your slide lock release there. We'll drop this down. So you got reversible mag release here. You can flip it over. You can't put the mag release on the other side. I mean, the slide release on the other side, but that's okay. I've never had the need to switch over to the other side. You got a nice beaver tail on the back side. Should keep you from getting slide bite. Overall, I think it looks pretty nice. He's got slightly and ever so slightly flared mag wall there. Not really, kind of. Not so much. Yeah, you can see a little gap there, but not really what we call a flared mag wall, but it does stick out slightly, ever so slightly. And then the greatest feature on this gun, the port. It is a port. They call it a compensator, but it's really a port. But they basically do the same function. A compensator, for the most part, is an attachment. A port is when you drill right into the slide. So this is technically a port. As you can see there, here, I'll even pull this back for you. As you can see, the slide has a cutout in it, and the barrel has its own cutout in it, which looks pretty good. Lines up nice. It's a huge cutout, so I would think this thing does a nice little compensation action there. If you notice, if you look inside the barrel, which you guys probably can't see, let me see if I can get it for you. You can see rifling in the barrel, but if you notice, this front section doesn't have any rifling. So I'm wondering if that affects it at all. Probably not. I haven't heard anybody have any complaints. I don't see why it would. That thing's going to come out of there spinning anyways. I don't see that thing slowing it down. So it's interesting though. Keep an eye out for that. See if that has any effects, negative or positive or anything like that. I doubt it. I highly doubt it, but just something to look out for. Also, as you can see there, you got a loaded chamber indicator. I always like that. If I don't have to press check, I'm not a huge press check guy. Usually I use my chamber indicators all over the place. And one of the major rules is always know the status of your weapon. So that's cool. Other than that, guys, you got your takedown lever there. Actually, let's take this thing down. So this one's actually a little different. Every other one, if you notice, every other pistol that has this similar takedown lever would usually swing down to the bottom. This one's a little different because this one swings upward. We'll take this thing down and then always make sure it's empty, because like Glock, you're gonna have to pull the trigger here. Then the slide will release. So here you have your dual captive recoil spring with a full length guide rod in there. So that seems pretty solid. I like that. This is your barrel with the port in it there. Barrel looks solid. I like the finish on it. It's a little, got that noob gun grease on it, but that looks pretty good. Polished feed ramp there. I like that. That lends itself to more reliable feeding. Nothing will get hung up there. So, whoops. Make sure you put that in there right. So that looks pretty good. That looks like a solid setup. This reminds me of like the Glock 48 style there. So that keeps it in pretty solid, keeps it from moving out of place. There you go, standard setup there. Nothing major. It is a striker fired pistol, as you can see there. Striker fired, not hammer fired. So pretty clean, brand new. enjoy the looks of that, because it won't last that clean that long. And then here you got your frame. There you go. Nothing too crazy. Standard looking gun parts. Here's the trigger. Let's put this back on so you can hear it correctly. Put that back on, lock the slide, throw it forward, bring it back. Let's try that trigger. It is a nice flat face trigger with the little dingle there, the little safety. So for if anybody doesn't know, if anybody's been living under a rock, that'll keep you from going back unless you activate this thing here. As you can see it catching there. So unless you activate this trigger won't go back. No accidental pulls. You got to intentionally disengage that, pull back. It's got a nice little stop back here. Let me got a nice little bump back here to keep over travel, which I kind of like. I haven't seen that one before. But here's the trigger one more time. Okay, it seems pretty defined, crisp. Let's check the reset. Nice tactile, nice feedback. I can clearly hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I'll put the microphone up to it. So let's run this back. That's pretty good. I'm gonna put it up to the mic. See if you can hear this a little better. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Let's let it back out. It's got a little bit of take up. You hit a pretty defined wall there. And then, yeah, it's got very small extra travel after you hit that wall, but it is a pretty crisp wall. See here, hit the wall, slight pull, and then clean. I like it. I think that trigger will be a nice trigger to shoot. But other than that, guys, that's the Springfield Armory Hellcat Pro Comp. So it's got 5 names to it, but it is what it is. So next videos, I'm sure, will be first shots, first impressions, stuff like that. And we know if it's got a spot for a red dot, chances are it's not going to be like this for long. But I do want to take advantage of these sights. I want to find a nice red dot. You guys give me your opinion down below what you think would be the best one for that. But I do want to find a red dot that I can attach without having to put a plate on there. I know, like on my Glock 48, I put the 407K and I had to shave down a couple lugs. I haven't had a problem with it to today. So if I have to do something like that to this one, I'm fine. I want it to sit super low because I've seen some other guys do have some sights that will still co-witness, or some optics that will still co-witness with the original sights. That's ideal for me. That's what I would like. So down below, if you guys can comment, let me know what you think would be the best option. We'll give that a shot. I've already been looking around at a few, but I'm curious to see what you guys say. You do have the rail here on the front, I forgot to mention, for a light. And I'm still deciding. I like to keep some weapons without lights, some weapons with lights, depending on the application. I'm not exactly sure what direction I'm going to go with this one, but it does have the rail for the light here. From what I understand, it'll take the TLR7 sub. It'll also take the TLR7A, from what I understand, which is a little bulkier. The sub is a little slimmer, but we'll see. There's a lot of options for this thing. There's also obviously more lights you can put on there, but like for red dots, hollow sun's usually my go-to. But I'm open to trying something new for the sake of reviewing something new and for the sake of just seeing who else is keeping up in the market. And usually my go-to for lights is Streamlight, but I'm open to checking other things out. So let me know down below what you guys think. Other than that, we'll bring it back in here. That is the Springfield Armory Hellcat Pro Comp. Let me know what you guys think. If you enjoy these types of videos, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, give me your opinions. If you have one of these, let me know what you've done to it, what your experience has been with it. Aside from that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. And don't forget, Jesus Christ is King. There is a life after this life, and the only way that anybody can attain salvation from their sin is through Jesus Christ, who died on the cross of Calvary to pay the price for your sins. There's no secret. There is no perfect people. And those sins that we commit, we all come short of the glory of God. And the only way those sins can be forgiven is through the death and sacrifice of Jesus Christ. So while it is today, come to the Lord while he may be found, while he is near. Come to him for the forgiveness of sins. Surrender your life to him. My life has never been the same since the Lord Jesus Christ tapped me on the shoulder, showed me his love, showed me his mercy and grace. I surrendered my life to him, and I could not picture my life any other way. And I don't even want to see it any other way. I know I tried it my own way, and it was a disgusting mess. So praise God for that. I praise him for saving me. I'm thankful for him saving me, and I want the same for you guys too. So I love you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. The next one will probably be this thing putting bullets down range. See you guys later.